Hey thinkers, my name is Miss No, and today we're going to be talking about insects.
What are insects?
What are insects? How do insects make noise? And are any insects beneficial to humans?
Insects! So cool, Miss No. I'm so excited about this episode. So, I know something about insects. My favorite insect, can you guess it is? A spider.
That is a very common misconception, but spiders are not insects, and there's a couple of really specific reasons for that. So all insects at some point in their life are going to have 3 different body segments, and those include the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Insects also are going to have 6 legs, no more, no less. Boop, 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 boop. Insects also have antennae. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's check out this spider. So check out this tarantula. Now tarantulas, like we just discussed, are not insects. Tarantulas and other spiders are classified as arachnids. We can clearly see the 2 body parts in the 8 legs. Now, some people get confused with these structures up here that sort of look like legs. Those are actually called pedipalps, and those are a part of a spider's mouth.
Whoa! I didn't know that. I really didn't. I thought my hand basically looked just like a spider, and it totally does not. And I'm really glad to know that spiders aren't insects. Well, that's cool. But I know one of my other favorite insects is a grasshopper. Grasshoppers are really cool because they sing with their mouths. Lol.
Chances are you have probably heard insects sing before, especially at night, but insects don't sing the same way that people do with their lungs and their mouth. I brought my friend Tom with me today, and Tom is an entomologist, and he's gonna help explain how and why some insects make sound.
Yeah, some insects will make sound. Now, insects don't have lungs like we do. They actually breathe through their side through spiracles, and some will produce sound in that same way. The cockroach, this is a Madagascar cockroach, and what it does, it can actually expel air through the side, through the spiracles, to make a sound, a hissing sound, which can scare away some predators that may try to eat that. Also, other insects, especially other cockroaches, the males will make noise to try to defend their territory, but they're making noise, through their spiracles rather than through lungs. They don't have any type of lung.
Now I have another question for you.
Sure.
What about these insects right here? How would these grasshoppers make sound?
Well, grasshoppers make a noise more like, kind of like a violin or a rasp, where they're actually rubbing parts of their wing together, and then the vibration creates a noise that you hear. And other grasshoppers and other things hear that too.
Ooh, I wish I could do that. That would be so cool. You know what though? I have to say something about insects. As cool as these insects are, Miss No, insects are pests. Everybody's trying to get rid of them. They're just in our way. And it's too bad, but cool, but pests.
While yeah, some insect species are considered pests, such as mosquitoes or bedbugs, the majority of insects are actually incredibly beneficial. For one, insects are a great food source. For reptiles and birds, amphibians, mammals, even humans, insects provide a great source of protein and nutrients. Now, let's talk about some other insects. Let's check these guys out, and my friend Tom is gonna explain some other benefits that insects have.
Okay, one thing insects do is they really help out the world in waste disposal, I would say. They, like dung beetles we have many different species of dung beetles all over the world. And in the plains of Africa, without the dung beetles being there, you would have horizon to horizon dung. You have so many different species there that are helping as decomposers to get rid of that. Also, we have some insects that are beneficial in decomposing, like different types of beetles, that when a tree falls in the forest, Some beetles will be attracted to that, will lay eggs on that tree. They hatch into the larva, and the larva will help to decompose the tree and return it back into the soil. There are also a lot of beneficial insects that work with pollinating different types of crops or different types of plants. We know we have bees. We also have very important pollinators in the flies and also in the wasps that will pollinate.
Now check out these next two critters, a millipede and a vinegaroon, and tell me if you think that they are insects or not.
Hi, I'm Tom Myers. I'm an entomologist. Now, what is an entomologist? An entomologist is a scientist that works with insects. And there are many different areas of entomology to work in, so it's really a very fascinating profession. I became an entomologist because I really was interested in bugs, interested in different types of insects. And there are so many different types of insects out there. They're really a fascinating field. There's so many different colors, so many different shapes and different sizes. So I was really interested in deciding to study that and went to college to get a degree in entomology. Entomology is cool because there's always new things to find out. There's always a new insect that you would find, one that you haven't seen before. A lot of what I do, I go out and look for different types of insects here in Kentucky and find insects that I've never seen before, even though I've done this for a long period of time. And I also travel the world and look for different types of insects too, because there are so many different kinds of insects out there. We're still discovering new insects all the time. Actually, I've discovered several insects that no one had ever discovered before and had them named after me. But we collect insects and we pin insects and put them in museums or study them in collections. When we find an insect that may not have been found before and we need to study that, we collect that specimen, bring it back, and it's sent to experts in that particular field who will look at it and see if it's one that hasn't been found and may be a new species.
Woohoo! I love bugs now. I am so into insects, and I've got a question for you. I found this, and it looks like a stick. Why?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of insects that use camouflage to hide from prey, and walking sticks are one of those. They look like a stick, that way they can hide on a branch or a twig, and when birds are looking for food, they miss them, they don't see them. We also have some insects that also camouflage like leaves on a plant, and so that way they're completely invisible to the predators going after them.
That is so cool. Thanks everybody for tuning into this episode of The Living Think. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And if you see any really cool insects out in the world, just tag us on social media or your family's social media with the hashtag The Living Think. And we'll see you next time on The Living Think.